Okay, so welcome to Ranked Lich. So Ranked Lich is a little bit of a different beast than the normal one. So if you guys haven't figured out how this actually works, the way that the timer gets calculated is by adding together all of the basically all the time that you're spending beating the boss, right? So that's why you see these ridiculous times. You might be asking, why are these people having like 3 minute times and something like that? Well, that's why, because the time farming and the time between bosses doesn't count. And so this time that you guys are watching is about 5:30 something. I don't remember the exact time, but my best one using this strategy was about 5:23. But I had a lot of stall time on that one. And it's the exact same strategy that I did then that I'm using now in this video, but it's kind of it's a long one. It's 140 rounds, and it can kind of vary. So if you guys want to use this strategy, you can. But is there a better one than this one? There is a better strategy. So I'm going to be going over what I'm doing now, and I'm going to be talking about this better strategy that everyone else seems to be using, but I haven't found a video yet. And I kind of see, I didn't know about this. I only found out yesterday about this, and that was that apparently ISAP did permaspike in his VOD, and I didn't watch that live stream. So the thing is, this permaspike can be used so well in this thing, it's actually insane. And while recording this video, I wasn't aware about it. So what you guys are going to see here is actually me doing, I think, a little bit better than his strategy, but at the same time, the permaspike is not optimized, or at least his permaspike was not optimized at the time. But that is how you get these 3 minute timings, as far as I know. So you're gonna have to wait for his video on how to do that. I wasn't gonna do, like, I recorded this video, and then I kind of found out about the permaspike thingy, and I wasn't gonna re-record one because it would have been kind of it's not my strategy, right? So this is what I came up with. Apparently, this is doable within 3 minutes. I was not able to do it within 3 point something minutes, and there's a little bit of a math going on. And honestly, I was a little bit suspicious of a lot of people hacking while playing this. Well, not hacking, but kind of exploiting something. And it appears that there are 2 exploits that you can do on this, but I think that these top times are achieved without any exploits. So the first exploit is, I think you can exit the game, and you can pause the round or something like that, and but you cannot fast forward or something like that. I'm not explaining it correctly because I'm not even sure what it is, but I know about the second one, which is the multi-hero one. You guys probably have heard about this, and I found about this yesterday, actually, and that is, if you quit to the main menu, well, not the main menu, but you just quit, you place your hero, you quit back, you change it into the boss selection screen, and then you can place the new one. So that's kind of an exploit that you guys can do, although I believe the experience is shared. So even though you can place like all of the heroes, it's not gonna matter because they're not gonna level as much. But then you can do an energizer sub, so you do you. But in all fairness, that is not gonna help you with this, or at least not as much as I would think. I think these times of 3 minutes or something, they're completely doable. So what we're trying to do is, I was relying a lot on the early game on Ben's biohack ability, and then placing the towers toward the front. So the strategy that I was that I saw that other people were doing on YouTube, at least, was that they were trying to do the sub commander for the tier 1. I thought that was wrong. I thought that we could do better, and so I did the tag zone. So the tag zone is an amazing tower. The tag zone completely melts this thing. And I think that is likely the correct tower to beat the first one. It's very cheap, so tier 1, very cheap to get. But again, I might be wrong, because I only got, when you say only, I only got 5:30, about 5:30, and these top times have like 3 minutes something. So I guess I'm still wrong. But anyways, doing the normal farming, a little bit disappointed that we cannot use farmers. I think, just allowing farmers would have been nice, but it is what it is. We farm normally. So not doing banks, not doing druids. Druids got absolutely destroyed. They've been nerfed at about an effective rate of 25%. So they're very good at doing DPS if you guys haven't tried them, but not good at farming at all. So selling one of the farms, getting the tag zone, and then placing the village in this exact spot, because we're gonna have to move the tag zone later on. And now doing the 200 into the 300, and this thing, as you guys can see, the HP just gets absolutely shredded. And I'm gonna buy a bomb shooter, because sometimes this guy, so the boss sometimes releases a Moab class Bloon, which does not get popped, and you need to get rid of these Moabs, as soon as possible. so that you can damage him. And there we go, that was tier 1. It was a very fast one, and now I'm back to farming. So I think you can maybe optimize here by selling the tag zone and maybe buying some defensive towers. So maybe investing the money into some farms and defending with some cheaper towers. But I don't know, I'm gonna use the tag zone for tier 2. Again, this is not a I wasn't aware of the permaspike strategy, so I might have, invested the money into something else, might have done some things differently. But for now, I'm going to keep the tag zone and I'm going to keep farming. So I didn't have any issues with the money by doing this. So I guess it's fine with the things that I did, but it is what it is. So 320 village, tag zone, and then a 320 alchemist, that's all we need. And so in the next few rounds, I'm just going to be farming, going to be upgrading these farms to 420. I'm going to upgrade a few of these farms to 420, not all of them, before the next one hits, right? So what's happening now is something very interesting, and I'm going to explain to you guys if you haven't already figured it out. But when you activate each skull of the boss, we're talking about the normal one. So when you activate each skull of the boss, even if you pop everything that comes, he summons mob class Bloons, right? So if you pop them instantly, he's still going to have, if I'm correct on this, it is 6 seconds of invulnerability. So regardless of if there's any mob class Bloons popped or not, it's 6 seconds of guaranteed invulnerability. So that's 5 skulls in total for the normal one, and that's 30 seconds of minimum time per each boss. There are a total of 5 tiers, so that is 5 tiers times 30 seconds each, so that's 150 seconds, so that's 2.5 minutes. So the minimum, I guess if you would do everything perfectly, right, the minimum possible time would be about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That's the minimum time. And, these times that you guys see on the leaderboards are about 3 minutes, 3 point something minutes each. So those are ridiculous times, honestly. Those are about 6 seconds per boss. And then if you've noticed, after you pop the boss, it adds a little bit of time afterwards. And by the way, let me just tell you what I'm doing now. I'm doing the super brittle, and I'm doing the cripple Moab. Again, using the tag zone, this thing is going to get completely shredded, and I usually take about a minute to pop each of these. So this thing is going really fast, but again, not fast enough. We're at about the 2-minute mark, and I'm going to restart here because I did something wrong, and that is my I think my sniper wasn't strong, and I moved it on first now. I'm not really sure, but you need to have your cripple Moab. If you're copying this, you need to have your cripple Moab be on first. Because if it goes on strong, then it's going to stun these Moab class Bloons, and it's going to delay the round if it starts hitting a green chained Moab, right? One of the Moabs that gets summoned by Lych. So there we go, we did that, and then we're back to selling. We're getting the money invested, buying more 420 farms. So just to finish up on what I was telling you guys about the 3-minute timing. So these are, I think that they're completely achievable. I think that they're legitimately doable without any exploits. But then again, you need to kind of be perfect on it. You need to be basically one-shotting these skulls, right? So as soon as the boss appears, bam, it needs to go, and then as soon as the invulnerability ends, bam, it needs to go again. So the way that you do that is with the permaspike. Well, not the first tier. The first tier, I think you still do the tag zone, and if you can afford the permaspike, you obviously go for that. But I think the tag zone is fine, and then you do the permaspike, and then you move into the paragon. So you guys are gonna see that the 4th tier in my run is actually going to disappear very quickly because we're going to have the dark paragon at that time. So for now, just doing the same thing. And now I moved the tag zone, and the reason why I moved the tag zone is because if I hadn't moved it, I would have gotten a lot of stall time on my timer. I would have had a lot of stall time. And see, the reason why this happens is not that you're actually trying to stall the rounds by any means, but it's because the Bloons that are coming out are slower. So Moabs have a different speed, and then the BFBs are a little bit tougher than them, but they're slower, right? And so when these BFBs are coming out, even though you have no intention of stalling them, the stall timer is still going to activate. So you want to have your towers move towards the front as much as possible, so that this timer doesn't accidentally activate, right? So getting the monkey apple is keeping up with the farming. And there we go. So I'm going to keep this farm as a 420. I've tried the 520 into some DPS towers, but I figured that this one is a little bit better. But obviously I was wrong, because apparently you do the permaspike on this one as well. So you learn something every day, right? So during the Avatar of Wrath, the idea behind this strategy is that we are doing DPS towers, fast attacking towers, and we're going to combine them with these damage amplifiers, right? So we're going to combine them with the Super Brittle, and we're going to combine them with the Cripple Moab and the Glue Storm. Something else that I could have done, by the way, in the first one, on the first tier, is that I could have bought an embrittlement. So that's the 4th tier ice, and so apparently that thing improves the Moab DPS by 1. And I didn't know about this, and it might be new from this update. I think it actually is. I think they added this in this update, but if they haven't, then I just didn't know about it. But you know, +1, it is what it is. You might save a few seconds, and that's sometimes, you know, something that can improve your timer. So if you guys are planning on copying this, you know, you might want to throw in like a 401 ice in your first one, right, in the tier 1. So moving on with the towers, you know, we bought everything. I got the sniper. The sniper is 302, and I'm actually gonna forget that I have the sniper on the left, and I think I'm gonna buy a new one. Getting the mat, getting these DPS amplifiers, as you guys, you know, would expect with the strategy. Getting everything, you know. Well, these druids are they have this alchemist buff, but I'm gonna sell the alchemist. So don't forget. Again, if you're copying this, don't forget to sell the alchemist, and don't forget to not use the engine, because we're keeping the engineer and we're overclocking the farm. But while the boss is on the field, don't do anything with the engine. And now I'm moving it back, moving the attack zone back. The boss is gonna spawn, and actually I'm just getting an Apache Prime, and I'm not sure why I'm doing this. I think I'm gonna restart actually this one. Let's watch. Let's actually watch, because I played this yesterday and I'm recording the video today. I'm actually voicing over this today, so let's see what happens. I mean, it's going kind of fast, but I don't know. See, this is the thing. I had an issue popping tier 3 on the elite one when I first played it, but that was like a few hours after it came out, and I'm still kind of slow on this one as well. And I don't know what the deal is, but anyways, we get it done. I got the Apache Prime. I think I forgot to buy the Cripple Moab, and there we go. I'm gonna restart it now. Oh, I realized it now. There we go. So that sniper that I bought is a 302. I realized that I forgot to buy the Cripple Moab, and I spent the money on the Apache Prime, and there we go. So the timer, I think it was 320 with the Apache Prime. So let's see if this one actually improves. Let's do some science. I think it's gonna improve by a little bit. It might come down to like 315 or something like that. Let's watch. So 312, 314. Yeah, so it actually improved. If we switch the Apache Prime, the Apache Prime with the Cripple Moab, we actually get improvement on our time for. It was like about 6 to 7 seconds. That's amazing. So there we go. There we go. A little bit of science. And you know, there's something else, and if you guys have noticed, is that even though, you know, 230 is the minimum time that you can get because of, you know, 6 seconds of guaranteed invulnerability on the boss, after you pop the boss, it kind of adds a few seconds before it disappears. So you have popped it, but it's still on the screen for a few seconds and the timer goes on. And I'm not sure why this is the case. I'm not sure if that is, you know, if that has anything to do with. I know for a fact that it doesn't have anything to do with the round ending, but again, I'm not sure why that is the case, but it still adds a few seconds after you end it. I think the races work like that as well, and yeah, that is something that kind of adds to your timer, adds a few seconds, which is really not cool, but it is what it is. So at this point, you know, getting the Paragon, I'm going to be going for the Dark Paragon, and you know, we're kind of concentrating all our towers at the front. Because this guy is not going to make it too far. Getting the farms going, getting a Monkey City to buff up the money that these guys are making, and then I'm just going to be buying the bottom path farms on the right side, just because we don't have Banana Farmer to gather them for us. So I'm just collecting the left side manually, and I'm farming on the right side with you know, automatically with these bottom path farms and the Banana Centrals. And there we go. So we have a lot of money. Just placing down some farms. I kept the mat. I got the crossbow masters. I got, you know, these darts, trying to collect some pops, and I'm also gonna get a 205 ace. I'm gonna get the Flying Fortress, and the reason why I want to get it is because I'm not risking it at this point. So I got 1.3 on the stall timer, and I don't want to get more than that, because obviously, you know, even if you get a good time seed, this is what can mess things up for you, right? So you want to be very careful of that stall timer. So there we go. At this point, I'm just gonna, there we go. So there goes the 205 ace, and I'm just gonna be spamming Dark Monkeys. So I'm gonna see you guys in a second for the next tier. Okay, so round 98, I'm going to sacrifice the Paragon now. I got all of the darts. I'm kind of moving this guy. I'm moving the 5th tier because I want it a little bit closer, and you guys are gonna see this 4th tier of ranked Lich. I was gonna say elite, but ranked Lich. This thing is gonna evaporate. Got the Super Brillo, got the 502 Sniper, got the 250 glue, and look at this thing go. I mean, this is just it's just evaporating. I think this might be the correct way to do it, but again, I only got 530, so you know, I'm sure we might be doing something wrong. Although, you know, you could still maybe do the perma spike, it might instantly pop it, and there we go. We're at about 416, and we ended the tier 3 at about 314, so that's about a minute, you know, give or take, of total time, and we've got 1.3 on the stall timer. So now I'm just gonna be spamming a lot of boomerangs and a lot of ninjas for the next 2 paragons. So I'm gonna be getting both the boomerang and the ninja paragon, and I'm gonna see you guys in a second for the 5th tier. So there we go, round 119, the 5th tier is about to come out. I'm kind of cleaning the map. I'm going to sacrifice for the ninja paragon. Again, the degrees, I don't care that much about the degrees. Maybe I should have cared more, you know, getting them over 40s, but I'm just spending all of the money that I have to some, you know, DPS towers, and there we go. So this thing it's going pretty fast, but apparently we can go faster. But nevertheless, we're getting a about 5:30-ish time with the stall time being added to it, and that's gonna be it for this one. So you know, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully this is gonna be helpful to you if you guys want to